How's it going, everyone? Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I'm having a fantastic day as usual, and today, guys, bringing you guys a topic, some standard gameplay, some old school videos, where I talk to you guys about a topic over some gameplay for you guys, entertainment value, and this topic, as the title suggests, it says, I got a parking ticket. That is correct, guys. I got a parking ticket, and yeah, so I'm going to tell you the story. I'm literally going to tell you the story from every little detail for you guys to have fun at me, laugh, and maybe some of you guys have parking tickets before, so you can let me know in the comment section down below how you felt, etc. But enjoy the video, guys, and let's get into the story. So, this is what happened, guys. So, if you can imagine me, right? So, this was a Sunday. So, obviously, today is Tuesday, but yesterday was a Monday, and obviously on Sunday. So, Sunday was MLG Anaheim for the whole weekend, and I was watching it as in the UK. MLG Anaheim, the final was at like 3, 4 in the morning, so I had to stay up to watch it, it's like anything, you always watch something. Anyway, so I watched it, right, I go to bed about 5, half 5 in the morning. Now, what happens is this, so I wake up early, I've got work at 10 a.m, wake up, I do a few things, I had a meeting, etc, and I basically, had breakfast and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, so, I leave for work about 9:30. Normally, let's give you some background information. From my house to my work, or like my part-time job, it takes 10 minutes to drive there. So, if you leave a reasonably good time, you'll get to work on time. So, here it is. So, I, get ready, 9:35, not too bad. And I try and find my car keys, right? As you do, you like to drive to work. So, car keys is an essential to, move the vehicle. So, I get the car... Well, actually, I don't even get the car keys, right? So, I try looking for the car keys, right? I look everywhere. I look in the drawer. I look on the hanger where the car keys are kept. And all this kind of stuff. And literally, I cannot find the car keys. And I'm getting annoyed. So, who do I call? I call the mother. Because my dad is on business. So, my dad wouldn't know where my car keys are. But my mum would. You never know. She might help. So, I call my mum. I go, Mum, do you know where my car keys are? She goes, have you checked? She goes, Matt, have you checked where the car keys are kept? I go, yes, Mum, I have checked where the car keys are kept. Where else would you think, Mum? I mean, obviously, if I was looking for an egg, right, where would I look? I wouldn't look eggs in a cupboard, would I? I'd look for eggs in the fridge, or in, where the eggs are kept. Obviously, woman. And she goes, have you checked in the drawer? And I was like, Mum, I've checked in the obviously place, the most obvious places ever. And she goes, have you checked in the, the sofa? I've checked the sofa, and I'm checking in my car. You never know, you might have left them in the ignition. You know me, I'm quite a funny guy, so sometimes I just leave it in there. But anyway, she goes, I'm sorry, Matt, I can't really help you. I don't know where they are. I find them eventually. I find them down by the sofa, but where I wasn't sitting. So I wasn't expecting them to be there. So anyway, it's about 9:45, 15 minutes to get to work. So I'm in my car, off I go. Now, unfortunately, my dad's away in business and my mum's at work, and normally they give me change for a car park, and I had no change on me, so normally I would pay, get some car park, and all that kind of jazz. But, so I decided to park at a road which is like 15 minutes away from work, where everyone from work parks. And so, I get to the place. It hits 10 o'clock, right, so I'm already I'm already, basically late anyway. I get there for 10 o'clock, right, get 10 o'clock. I find the road, go down the road. I see a space, so I thought if I turn around and I'll be able to cut in nice and, a nice parallel park. But no, a lady gets into her car. She moves it backwards, so I cannot park there. And that is it. I'm like, what? Woman, I was about to park there. If I didn't have turned around, I would have got into that space, but no. She moves her car backwards because she's not very nice and just stops me from parking there. Anyway, so I find the other side of the road. Basically, the road, if you can imagine, the road is a crossroad. The left-hand side is one part of the road. The right-hand side is the same road. So I park on the right-hand side of the road, find space, off I go to work. I run to work. I get to work pretty much like a few minutes late, but my manager's pretty cool. So he was like, yeah, no worries. So yeah. Anyway, so what happened so obviously the story so far is, you've had a good morning, but you couldn't find a space, parked up, etc. Spoke to my mate. I was like, how, as you do, you speak to your friends at work. And I said, I saw you parked down the road. And he goes, yeah. And he goes, did you park down there? I go, yeah, I did. And he goes, how did you find space at, this was say 10 o'clock, 10:05. He goes, how did you find a space? And I was like, well, I found a space. I just saw it there, parked on the right hand side. He goes, did you park on the right-hand side? I was like, yeah, I parked on the right-hand side. What's wrong with that? And he goes, you're going to get a ticket. And I was like, why would I get a ticket? And he goes, it's for permits only between 11 and 1. What type of rule is, sorry, only people with a permit can park from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m.? Like, that's the most ridiculous rule I've ever seen or heard, ever. Anyway, I didn't see a sign. He told me there is a sign. I'm like, okay. I literally paused for a few minutes thinking, oh no, I might have a ticket here. This is not good. So, I'm like, I for the first, like, a few hours of getting this news, I'm just like, oh dear, oh dear. It's like, currently 12:30, I'm like, I've either got a ticket, or I haven't. 90% probably chance on a Monday, what are they called? Traffic wardens, or whatever they're called. The guys who check if you have a ticket or not. Those guys probably go, it's a Monday morning, let's start the routine. If it was like a Tuesday, he probably wouldn't check. But on a Monday, he had to check, didn't he? So, my friend finishes work at 3. I tell him to text me if I get a ticket. So I'm on lunch already. I'm on tea break. And I get a text and he says, yes, you muppet. He says, yes, you muppet. You've got a ticket. And I'm just like, oh, Jesus. So I'm looking up online, seeing how much the ticket might cost me. And I'm seeing various numbers. I don't know which to believe. It's like £30, £60, £70, £120. I'm just like, you might get clamped. And I was like, what? This can't be happening. So I finish work at 5. And off I go. So I'm taking my friend home with me. So I'm walking to the road, and I'm like, fair enough. I was like, if I get a ticket, that's cool. It's a ticket, isn't it? So I get to my car. I'm like this. Okay, I can't see a ticket so far. I get to it, and I'm like, oh yes, a ticket. Thank you so much for the traffic warden or whoever they're called to give me a ticket. So I get the ticket. I sit in my car. It's a very hot day, so I had the windows down, etc. Very descriptive this video is, isn't it? And so I open the ticket, very long indeed, and it says blah, 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 blah. A £70 fine, right? £70. I'm like, okay, that's not too much. But then they like to be nice, don't they? They say, oh, if you pay within 14 days, you can get it 50% off for £35. I'm like, when is this? A sale? Oh, yeah. So, if you, 50% off. It's like if I were to go into a shop, right, and I didn't want to buy a t-shirt, but the guy goes, if you buy it now, you get 50% off, even though you didn't want it. I'm just like, no. So, yeah, £35 fine, not too bad, but they're trying to be a bit, sarcastic or whatever, saying, oh, by the way, 50% off if you pay. And I'm just like, oh, yeah, whatever. But managed to get my dad to pay it for me, because I was like, Dad, can you pay it for me, please? And he was like, okay, Matt, just don't do it again. So I was like, yeah. So it was the first ever time I got a parking ticket. Now, the thing is for me, though, I never knew that you couldn't park there. And I remember ages ago people telling me you can't park at certain times, but I didn't know it was that road specifically. And unfortunately, I did get a ticket. So yesterday wasn't the greatest day. I had a great morning, great night. I was at MLG Anaheim, etc. And great day of watching football, etc. Spending time with friends, went to the gym, etc. Overall, was a decent day. I mean, the highlight of the day was probably getting a ticket, but yeah, it kind of sucks. So that was my story of me getting a parking ticket. So feel free to laugh in the comments down below. Comment as well. Comment if you guys have ever had a ticket before. Thumbs up this video if you did enjoy this video. Subscribe if you're new. And follow me on Twitter, etc. And maybe tweet at me and laugh as well at the same time. So yeah, I got a ticket, which is the first time for everything, I suppose. And also, a little bit of description. So my car is like a boy racer car. It's like tinted windows, exhaust, etc., air filter. Because I like cars, 19, I'm a boy, I like cars. And any money, I bet that guy was like, look at this guy in his car, he can get a ticket. If I had a normal car, I bet you'd be like, let's let him off. Or I had some pink dice to pretend I was a girl, maybe, who knows. But yeah, so anyway, you guys, thank you guys for watching. Let me know, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Have a nice day, guys.